It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own. Well, problem here is that this is a secret safe. Only prosecutors know. Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bide was set on stealing something? Why not? It's the truth after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole conclusion of thievery anyway. That may be, but she must be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe. Sure, Pix. The existence of which is that only privy to prosecutors. Ah! I find it hard to believe that a hidden safe was part of her cunning plan. But she could have found it by accident when she was turning everything else upside down. I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were tagged. Yeah, even I didn't know about the safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either. Then, are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. Thanks, Pix. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now? Curses. What? Why? What made you...
I don't know what you just sent, Doxy, but send it to me too.
What's with your angry face all of a sudden? It's all my fault. What do you mean? It's Jim. He knew. He knew about the existence of the secret safes. What did you just say? We're partners, like inseparable co-joined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret safes. Then that means, yeah, I know. I only told him, just told him too. Obviously it was wrong of me to tell him. Still can't quite believe it, but the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim. Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief. And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Bride? Excuse me? I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far. It's even your risky profession. What the? Are you still accusing Maggie for the murder? Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon him, who had probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it? Oh yes, Mina. You will not escape the blue badger. The blue badger is everywhere. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir. Plus, even if he was a thief, he wouldn't have the key to his office. Which is precisely why to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key. Yep, animation is hard and drawing is hard. Ah! Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him. Mr. Portsmouth, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else makes sense. Has he no honor? Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people please be so kind as to see yourself out? You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office. But I'm the one who has been assigned to this case. You are all suspects of varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run this show. Listen, pal, how many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit. Detective Gumshoe, please calm yourself. But sir, we have no choice but to accommodate his request for now. New knife stand, hear it sing it. Now then, if you could only remove yourself from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Portsman, we will meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now, don't disappoint me, you hear? Knife stand singing? What? Oh right, I forgot that this game takes forever to save. This is gonna insane. Okay, she already was, I guess. Pix was long gone way before she got here. Considering the discords we are mutually hanging in, yeah, I think we're all far gone. Well, that prosecutor, I can't believe how rude he was. That was unbelievable. Please retain your professionalism, detective. I'm gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocence. You'll see, sir. But we're kind of kicked out of the crime scene, sir. True. So then what now? It looks like my life has fallen into yet another gigantic ditch. Do not despair, Miss Bride. We can overcome this as well. There are many other places and things we should look into anyway. Really, sir? For example, this hallway. The linchpin of his argument against Miss Bride is related to the master key. Yep, if things go wrong, we can always call Phoenix. In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information regarding the mystery surrounding my door. I was wondering if I might speak with you a bit concerning this case. I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a real dream. A dream where I'm being cross-examined by the Miles Edgeworth. I can't let this chance pass me by. I just remember to ask her about the master key. I should jog her memory by showing my notes to her through the present button. Yada 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 tutorial stuff. I'm gonna start with this here. I mean, he's not incorrect with the statement that it's his crime scene. Have you ever met a victim before? Well, I've seen him a couple of times before when I had to go to Mr. Portman's office. Mr. Faith was always playing Mr. Basketball with Mr. Portman, so that sounds like fun. Just once, I'd have loved to play with them. It sounds fun, but the only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portsman. All Mr. Faith ever did was pass the ball to him, sir. On second thought, I don't think I would fit in well with them. Miss Maggie Bard, correct? I take it you are an acquaintance of the detective? She was under my supervision while she was still in the force, sir. One day she got caught in a murder and things started going downhill, so she quit. But I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. Or so I thought until a few hours ago. Right before I was about to clock out for the night, you got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct? Don't worry, my whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of food. I've almost failed every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and now I even managed to be named a criminal just when I became a security guard. That's a lot to go through in one lifetime. I know, and just when I finally thought I'd found my happiness, I wound up getting you and the gumshoe involved in my bad luck. Yep. You don't need to worry about me, Miss Bride, nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove you're innocent. All I ask for in return is your cooperation. Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth, you can count on me. I'll do all I can to help. So, when did you discover the master key was missing? By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 AM, sir. And I noticed it was back around 2:30 AM, sir. I was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. But I'm sure that between those two times, it was not just gone, but stolen, sir. Why is such an important key stored in such an insecure place? It's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room, away from the window. Always, you say? Except for this time, correct? Well, I admit that I was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it at the time. It was after I used it that I left it sitting out on the ledge. She used the master key. What do you mean by you used the master key? Oh, I had to use it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key. I mean, it's my job as security guard, right? Ah! What is it? That's right, I just remembered. The prosecutor who forgot his key. It was Mr. Portman, sir. What? Please tell me more, Miss Bride, quickly. It was around 12 AM. Mr. Portman had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir. And that's when you loaned the master key to him. No way! That's against the regulations to loan out the master key to anyone. I walked with Mr. Portman to his office and personally opened the door for him. I see. And then, what happened after that? Well... I don't know, Kaimo. It's just weird, but hey, it is what it is. Well, he called me to come close his office when as he was leaving to go home. It was around 1:30 AM, I think. So, in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight. Yep, Edgeworth's superpower is logic. Talk about suspicious. I doubt you can say that you never left your keys at home.
To be perfectly honest, though, with the general, intelligence of a person today, logic is quite the superpower.
I know. I mean, 5G causes corona because cells are detoxifying and spitting out viruses. That's totally how things work, right?
They could have used some logic.
I just can't. I doubt you can yeah, I'll remember that. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portsmouth's door. This... Oh, look here. Looks like you're in quite the pinch, Mr. Edgeworth. To be sure, a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter. We must find, apprehend, and punish the killer accordingly post-haste. Sounds like a messy case you've got on your hands. If you ever feel lost or you need advice, my door is always open. How gracious, I will keep your offer in mind. Who is this guy again? What is a basketball doing here? That's Mr. Portman's prized possession, sir. I hear he also plays soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis. And not a single one of those sports are suitable to be played in a hall. What is a basketball hoop doing here? Hey, didn't this used to be just outside next to the building a long time ago? So, when and why was it moved indoors? I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently. Drag it? I heard it wouldn't fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it himself. All the way up to the 12th floor? Room 1203. I take it that is the Mr. Portman's office. Yes! Yeah, you can't make mistake of it because of that basket hoop, sir. Oh, that reminds me. Mr. Portman actually wanted room 1202 really badly, but since you were already occupying Mr. Edgeworth, we put it next door, sir. Midsummer. I'm not familiar with Midsummer. So, why was Mr. Portman so particular about getting 1202? I'm not sure, but I bet it's something because his birthday is December 2nd. Yep, that's gotta be it. I can't think of another reason why. I can think of at least 3. Why am I even wasting my time thinking about this? The door is locked tight. I guess the old credit card trick would work here with her, Mr. Edgeworth. This is the office of a high prosecutor detective. These doors would be pretty ineffective if the average catch burglar could get through them. Aha! So I guess only a great cat burglar could get in. That must be how a culprit is. That's a little bit of foreshadowing. Hello there, outsider. Welcome. I started Edgeworth indeed. Might I advise you to return that conclusion to wherever pawn shop you bought it from. Now. Okay, let's. Do we have any logic things we can use here? Because there is something else that we have to figure out here, and I'm not sure if I can get it right now. I won't rest until I've inspected every nook and cranny. 1202. These 4 numbers on a number plate alone proclaim this is to be my office. Oops, hey, these number plates slide right out, sir. They have to be able to take out the plate up when a room becomes vacant, you know. Although, the idea that they can be so easily removed is kind of a minimalist yet classy door made of the top quality wood. It is sturdily made, making it near impossible to break in by force. It's almost majestic, sir. I wish I could be as stately as this door. Only Gumshoe would praise a door as something greater than itself. Being a detective has its own rewards and a certain virtuous value, I think. If you live up to your true full potential, that's a poignant trait that anyone can admire. See? So you're saying, sir, that me being me is the best thing I can do for everyone? Right. That long pause wasn't exactly reassuring, sir. It's... Is that missing Osiris file, sir? No doubt about it. The bloody letters mark it clear as day. There seems to be a few pages missing. Our thief only took what was necessary and left the rest behind. So, what are these zero of O files about, sir? I guess they got something really worth stealing in them, huh? Not particularly, it's just a collection of court case files. However, the cases within these files are not mine. Huh? They belong to the High Prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them as they were. Then, that means that the thief must have also wanted a file for a specific reason, right? So it would seem so. Only the pages related to that case from 10 years ago is missing. I wonder why anyone would care for such an old case. A well-crafted and high-quality sofa with visitors. The stitching is excellent. Talk about a luxury waiting area. These babies are also great for napping, you know. You would sleep even out here, detective, in the hallway. Whenever I do, I always wind up dreaming about giving testimony at the stand. But it always ends up the same way, me getting trounced by a lawyer. Isn't that awful? Maybe I should give it a try sometime. To envision myself winning naturally. I do. It is in my it is in my collection of ROMs for this. So we'll get to that. Let's see. It's a stolen case file. What was he doing under here? Yeah, obviously after we're done. So actually, after I'm done with this game, before I go into Apollo Justice, huh? We'll have to see. Yeah, maybe we can go into that one afterwards before we play Apollo Justice. Considering that I suspect it's like in terms of timeline, it comes before Apollo Justice. It's not technically a release time, that's the thing. It's a fan translation. So it's not an official release. It looks like a thief only took what was necessary. So, okay. I'm just gonna blast through these ones. I don't think there's anything else to look at here. Organize. Nope, that's not the organizer. Oops, that's not that one. I can barely remember these. Here we go. Miss Bite, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story. What? No way, pal. I mean, sir, you said you locked up Mr. Portman's office around 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time. Wow! Nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro. I had totally forgotten about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now. You're right. It was around that time I realized the master key was missing. And? Well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key now, could I? So I pretended to lock up his room, sir. You pretended? Yeah, I used my house key and made it look like I was locking it up, sir. So, in actuality, you never did relock the door, then? Well, I thought that maybe I could go back and lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly. Interesting. So, can I, like, run? Should be able to get run. Yes, there we go. So we have a like deduction here. Eureka! Eureka! There's a contradiction between reality and evidence. If what Miss Bide has said is true, then why is this door locked tight? Huh? You know, you're right. Miss Bide, are you sure you didn't relock this door? I'm certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portsman noticed it himself that I hadn't. Which means what, sir? Either it means that he actually does have the key to his office, or the door Miss Bide opened wasn't this one, but a completely different one. She opened a different door? But how can you prove that? There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is print on the number plate. The print on the number plate, they will tell us all we need to know. Everything? Really? Like what, sir? Oh, whoops. Because they had been moved. That was my logic, but well. But noops, I guess. Only thing with no certain is wow. I missed that. I went a little bit too fast for that one, but hey, noodles, instant noodles and gumshoe. Wow, that was amazing, sure. How do you know? Was that a real joke to cheer me up, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, that's it. Now, shall we get back to what we're doing? You know what that was? Print of the doorknob. The print of the doorknob will tell us everything. Hey, you! Yeah, you, pal. Can you do us a favor and see if we can lift from this, okay? So, what did you find out? There is no need for such belligerent nostril flaring, detective. Edgeworth vocabulary is just so amazing. It's like belligerent nostril flaring. I love it. It's so descriptive. And it puts so much character onto Edgeworth. Sir, I have only found Mr. Portman and Mr. Face prints on this doorknob. So, only 2 people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive. Huh? I'm lost, sir. Thinking logically, a certain other person's print should be on this knob as well. Of course, it should be Maggie's. Take that! Don't you find all of the prints of the person who unlocked this door are absent? You mean, yes, the door that Miss Bide opened could not have been this one, but a different one.